No Standing 8 Boxing Podcast. We discuss every organization and weight class with your host, Bronx Bomber, educated with the craft. Punch a topic hard like heavyweights, hitting the bag from the top rank to the upcoming. Washed up to the dark horse, champs, #1 contenders. Quick jab or sharp cross, we your source. Come get it. Tuning in, you can have it. Internationally known, our information is valid. See, we on a higher plane, no 2 episodes the same. We get better as we train, so on top we remain. Come join the conversation, this insight you'll gain. And then outside of the ring, we do the damn thing.
All right, fight fans, welcome to another edition of No Standing Boxing Talk. I am your host, the Bronx Bomber, and today I have a very special guest with me. He is the reigning WBC Featherweight Champion of the world, Mark Magnifico Magsayo. Champ, how are you doing today?
How are you today? How are you? Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for taking this opportunity. Give me this opportunity to interview you. I know you're a busy guy, and we're going to get right to this. So,
Okay.
listen, champ, you're coming off a huge win a few months ago. Everybody's talking about it. You beat Gary Russell Jr. You were a 4-1 underdog. Nobody gave you a chance to win that fight, but you went in there, you did your thing, and you walked away as the champion of the world that night. How has that fight changed your life?
But that fight is very important to me because that's the ticket to become a world champion. So I trained hard for that fight. I disciplined myself. I trained in the gym every day. I keep my gym every day. So that fight is very important to me. It's gonna change my life now. So the next decades are focusing now.
Like I stated earlier, you're a 4-1 underdog. You really nobody was giving you a chance to win the fight. You were labeled as mandatory. What did you know that we didn't know going into that fight? What did you know about yourself?
I know that they don't know that I have a level to beat their Russell. So I train hard in the gym every day. We focus on we fight with the Russell style. We have a sparring partner like the same style with the Russell. All my sparring partners are mimic the style of the Russell. So in the fight, I'm confident and I'm ready to win the fight.
Yeah, man, you absolutely. You went into all the confidence in the world where nobody believed in you. You believed in yourself, and you demonstrated what you could do. So you reached the goal. You became a world champion, but every goal has a backstory. Please walk us through that. Tell us about your childhood, your home, and why did you start boxing?
My father's a baker and my mother's a bread vendor.
Okay.
Bread vendor. And me and ice cream vendor. So we were very poor that time. And I inspired to train for boxing because of Manny Pacquiao. He fight in 2003 with Marco Antonio Barrera. And I'm inspired to train. And that's why I start boxing. I started boxing. That's 2004.
It's amazing. So Manny Pacquiao was your motivation, and obviously to provide a better means for yourself and your family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I hope a lot. Even at the age of 8 years old.
8 years old. Wow, amazing. So, one of the greatest fighters in the history of boxing is Marvelous Marvin Hagler. And there's an infamous quote saying that, it's hard to get up and train when you're sleeping in silk pajamas. In other words, once you reach the pinnacle of your sport and you have all of the money and the fame, it's kind of hard to get up every morning and do what you do in boxing, which is a very difficult life, in regards to training. What is your source of motivation? What inspires you every day to get out of bed and train at a high level?
What inspired me is my family and my wife. because I want to be also become a world champion and more belts, and I want to help my family in the Philippines. And now I already give them a house for my last fight. I'm so happy that my dream came true. And now my next target and my motivation next target is on this unification goal.
Right.
Every fight have a dream, and motivate every day.
Keep going. So, champ, recently on your Instagram, you posted a picture of you signing a boxing glove, and you were signing that glove to auction it off, and all the money and all the proceeds you would have got from that glove was going towards the medical bills of a sick child. Can you tell us about that child and what motivated you to want to do that?
I want to help him because he's one of our friends, and even the doctors don't know what's the findings, what the sickness is. That's why I want to help for the financial for or that money or for the auction for the money. It through good through the to their family for the financial. So uh, I'm so sad because even a doctor don't know what to do.
Wow, that's very moving, and
Yeah. I,
I'm
wa- I
res-
want to help to find. I want to help to find a good doctor for him.
okay. No, I tell you, it resonated with a lot of us when you put it. Have you auctioned off the glove yet?
Yeah, there's some. Yeah, I already auctioned it, and there's some people bidding the gloves. Yeah, they're already bidding the gloves.
Well, champ, but that is very inspiring. That's very gracious of you to lend yourself to that cause and to help this young man. Uh, you know,
Yeah,
give him a fighting chance to overcome whatever illness that it is that he is battling. Uh, and I tell you, I saw it. It touched my heart, and I'm sure that it's touched other people's hearts that have seen it.
yeah.
Uh, with that being said, are there any other charities you're involved with?
Right now that's for my first in the WBC because WBC is they care a lot of people. They care a lot of sickness. They help a lot. So I want to help also. So what we do is to auction my gloves to help some other people's or my shirts. I auction it and give the money.
Awesome, awesome. So this is something that you're gonna continue to do after
Yeah,
you help this child.
yeah.
Awesome, man, champ. I'm pretty sure the family appreciates it, and I
Thank you.
know I do, and I noticed it. That's one of the
And
reasons.
wait, I would like to thank people who donated already for the kid. Thank you so much for the. If you hear me now, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Awesome, man. I'm pretty sure they do. Uh, so, champ, moving right along, you're fighting Rey Vargas for your next fight. What have you started training camp for that, or is that coming up?
Even I'm in vacation, I still running shadow box, push ups because I need to prepare every day, every time because my opponent, the hard in the when you're mandatory, it's hard, and when you're the champion, it's more hard. So you need to train more and kill yourself in the training.
That's right. I'm pretty sure you do, and that's always stay ready so that way camp is just a little bit easier.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
uh, all right. So in your fight with Gary Russell Jr., you are the bigger fighter.
Hmm.
In this fight coming up, Vargas has a significant height and reach advantage over you.
Yeah.
Do you have a plan?
Opposite.
Do you have a plan? Does it concern you, or do you have a plan to take those advantages away from him?
Coach Freya and I and Coach Marvin we already talked at the gym last week, and every day we talk about the opponent's style. He's taller than me. He's like 5'10", 5'11" height. So our plan is like hit movement and move forward with the jab. So we can penetrate what we do in the ring.
Absolutely. I know it's still early, but do you see any weakness in Ray Vargas that you plan on taking advantage of?
His weakness is his legs and his chin. Every time he fight, he get knocked down. He got lucky that his opponent is not like me, but it's me.
You gonna tag him?
Yeah.
That's right, champ. Do you have any sparring partners in mind that could replicate Rey Vargas' style?
We have two sparring partner. Sershan already find it from he's a Dominican fighter, and here in LA. So I think we get one more to three sparring partner. Tall guy also. Every this time is tall guy.
Gotcha. All right. So I know you're confident. I know you're going to win you're going to go in there. You're going to do what you have to do to retain the title. What's next after Vargas? Can there potentially be a rematch with you and Gary Russell Jr.?
Sershan Gibbons told me, we talk about this year. I think I'm gonna fight 2 fights this year.
Okay.
Vargas and I think it's a unification with the other champions like Santa Cruz or Warrington, because we want a unification this year.
Gotcha. Sounds
but
like
I'm gonna focus first in Vargas, because Vargas is tough, tall guy. He has a lot of advantage, but I have an advantage. He's strong and speed.
Right. So ultimately, when it's all said and done, when you're retired and you're with your grandkids, and what would you have hoped to achieve in the sport of boxing?
Even I stopped in boxing until my age. I want a big name and legacy for my children or my child or the other fighter who remember me for being a world champion. I need to be it's like a legacy to the next generation.
So Manny Pacquiao played basketball. He was also a singer. What does a Magnifico do when he's not boxing?
Only basketball and running. Singing is not. No.
Basketball and running. That's it. No, no, the voice. No,
the voice. No. I like to sing, but singing is not like me.
Gotcha. I like to sing too, but my wife tells me to be quiet.
Sorry.
All right. So, champ, listen, I thank you for taking just a little bit of time to talk with me, talk with New York Fights. I thank you and for doing what you're doing with that sick child and lending your name and lending your time and your energy to that cause. We at New York Fights wish you the very best in your upcoming fight. I know you're going to be successful. Do you have any last words for the fans?
To all my fans, please support of me for this coming fight. July 9. This is gonna good fight, entertaining fight because my opponent is tall and is tough. So gonna do my best fight. I'm gonna defend my belt.
Gotcha, champ. Well, there you have it, folks.
So Jacob, thank you for having me, and see you soon.
See you soon. Well, there you have it, folks. The reigning WBC Featherweight Champion of the World, Mark Magnifico Magsayo. He goes to war with Rey Vargas. Don't miss it. It is going to be a battle. And I tell you what, if you miss it, well, that's your loss. Champ, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
No Standing 8 Boxer Podcast. We discuss every organization and weight class with your host, Bronx Bomber, educated with the craft. Punch a topic hard like heavyweights, hitting the bag from the top rank to the upcoming. Washed up to the dark.